Okay, so once again I'm about to show you a tutorial on how you can use Blender and Unity. In this case we are gonna create this character, especially the shader, on how you can create this anime style kind of shader and then apply it to the model into your Unity. As you might have known, or maybe you haven't known already, um, different just because you create a shader in your 3D application like Blender does not mean that when you export your 3D character it will transfer over to Unity or what's it called, Unreal Engine. uh, each of those engine, whether it's Unity or Unreal Engine, each of them has their own shading engine, or you might say their way of perceiving lighting, how they will display their lights. It all different from each other. So that's why when it comes to 3D asset, you need to know how you can translate from the your original file shader into the your designated application sharing software, whatever it is. All right. To be honest, I just use this what is called add-on called uh, Amplify shader. You can find it on Unity Asset Store. Once again, I'm not using their default shading tools. I don't even know they have one. So yeah. So I'm gonna show you where what needs to be done to achieve this. Okay, so this is the result. As you might have seen, uh, it's not 100% accurate, but it's almost 95 or 90% uh, s- similar to the ones we have created on our application on Blender. Maybe the only difference is how the light becomes curves. We can adjust it later on, and maybe the light also affects because the position of the light. Okay, so for the shading that obviously you need to import the character, put it in here, extract material so that it will extract the each corresponding required material for each mesh. And in this case I'm just exporting them all into one because I want to test the shading style. And I just use this, and then I press the shading. I choose the one that I've created, or if you haven't created one, you can create one and then go to open in shader editor, and then it will open up in here. You don't need to open the file, the menu beforehand. Just press this and it will open up, and then this is the menu. Alright, so for this configuration that we need to have is first is we need to know the direction of the light, the normal workspace, the light direction, which basically the point is just getting the information about the light and how it will affect the object. In this case, we're gonna get the word normal. Let's see, word normal. Get the word normal, and then go to workspace, put it in dot, and then you can just register it, or you can just connect it to the next step. I'm gonna explain about this later on. And then you can move to this part. I just split it, and then you can put it into the RAM. I'm gonna skip this. I will explain later on. And put it in the RAM, which basically what RAM is just how we tell the software on how we will render differences in the lighting. So if say we got this light source from coming from here, which we will perceive as a light, we'll show it in the white color, and if the opposite will show in the dark as the shadow. And in this case it's constant, so that's why we can achieve this single color kind of shading style. Color ramp is probably the one of the most critical thing that you need to make sure in your shading. In this case, it's not as easy as we can create in Blender. We need to actually create our texture. We need to create texture sample, and then we actually need to create, whereas using Adobe Photoshop or whatever your graphic software, you need to create your own color ramp, like this. So I created this manually, created in Clip Studio Paint, exported as PNG. It's a 512 times 512 PNG, and then after that, only then you can actually uh, get the same result as this. I know it's kind of weird why we don't have this color ramp, but you know, you use this, and then you put it on multiply, uh, because you need to get you need to combine it with the color, like for this step. So for this, what is it? For the color. So yeah, you can ignore this, and then you need to create a color, and then you put a multiply, and then in case you have a texture for the character, you can put it in albedo in here, and we'll combine the texture and the color into one. So if you have a texture, probably you want to set this into a white color or whatever it is, so it doesn't bother with the texture. Say you have a texture of skin or whatever it is, you put it here, and then there you go. Put a multiply, and as the result, we will combine the base color, I would say, the base color with the RAM that contains the information of black and white, and combined with the information of the normal light, which will tell you the direction where the light's coming from and what the shadow is forming. And then combining those two things, we can achieve this thing. And as you can see, I'm going to show you in Blender. It's the same thing. You get the information of the light, which is easily using diffuse BSDF, convert it to RGB, put in color ramp, turn it into black and white, and then we put it into factorial that will actually convert it to black and white, and then combine it with the color, the base color, which you can use color of whatever color you want. In this case, I'm using a texture, put it here, and then boom, there you go. In this case, might not be so simple to look at, but it pretty much has the same principle, obviously, because we want to achieve the same result. The difference is we just we split it into here. It should be on the bottom, and this one on the top, and there are a couple of steps that we need to use because there's no diffuse BSDF in here. We need to manually get the word normals, space directly, and then put in a step, and we go. Put in a register, and then we can just drag it into the custom layer. All right, this is kind of looks kind of different from the one that we have here, because well, this is the end result. This is the end result. It was different. It's basically telling you how it will display your shader. Because in custom lighting will display it in a way that probably exactly the same as you expect it to be. So there you go. Now we put it in Unreal. There you go. You get the same result. Now a little bit of things that I want to explain is here. For some reason, I gotta be admitted with you guys. I don't know why, but if I don't put this thing step and put a reload, it will let's say I just kind of this and put it here. Go. I put a reload. The color, right, the information that is being transmitted to here is not as, how do I say this? There is supposed to be white and black, because also for the inverse, but For some reason I get this white and kind of gray if you put it the color in, let's say here, here. It's not contrast enough. That's my point. So to achieve what I want to achieve, I need to multiply the step, basically like putting on top of the value on top of each other by using step, and then put it here, multiplied by 147, and then there you go. We can get the result. So yeah, if we actually make it into kind of huge value, then of course black. But if we put in minus, let's say -2, become white. So yeah, for some reason I need to use this step. Yeah. Also another explanation that I need to show you guys is this: the data of the lighting. I put it into scale and offset, and I need to, let's say I need to do some scale and offset for the value. Now if I don't put this, let's say I put it in 1, what I'm gonna get is, well, oh, different. And here, well, yeah. Basically here is to just the result that I'm getting from the default result. Let's say I took this one out. I took the step out once again, and then I put a reload, and then I just change the value to whatever it is. It will kinda slides off. How to say? Yeah, it looks a bit off for some reason. So I need to put the float in here just so that it will actually adjust properly, and then to achieve the bigger contrast I use step to achieve it. Now this might sound awfully specific. You don't really have to follow exactly what I've been doing, because I also follow someone else's tutorial, link in the description if I remember to put it, and I put a little bit of adjustment within a step, and yeah, what I was thinking that might help someone out there in case they need it. But yeah, this is basically how you can achieve this anime style in Unity. This helps if you want to create kind of in a contrast, high contrast condition where light is only available in one source and not globally. And as you can see, the light is properly adjusted. So yeah, hopefully this will help, and I don't know if I found something that might help, I will surely share it with you guys as usual. So yeah, there you go. Peace.